Good morning. And I'm so excited because I'm back to reading and just trying to go deeper into the sutras, which are sort of the yoga Bible. And I came upon a word 2 days ago that has like sort of planted itself in my brain. And I feel like it's the theme of my week this week. And the word is expansion. So in life, post-COVID, our worlds are expanding. And I found a sort of poem from Swami Ishwarananda. I definitely pronounced that wrong. And I loved this. The smile is a stretch of lips. Yoga is a stretch of body. Health is a stretch of life. Laughter is a stretch of mind. Devotion is a stretch of heart. Wisdom is a stretch of knowledge. Enlightenment is a stretch of self. Stretch, get out of stress. So we stretch while we're here. So let's start stretching today. And what first I'm going to do is stretch our breath. So hands to heart center. Find a focal point in front of you, very soft gaze. Don't look hard. Just this is sort of to take it within. If you want to close your eyes, you can. We're going to just deeply inhale and exhale and just notice. So I'm going to say about a 4 count in, hold it for 4, 4 count out. We'll do a little bit of box deep breathing. So in for 4. Hold it, and out for 4 through the nose. Hold that at the bottom. In for 4. Hold, and out for 4. Hold, in for 4. Hold, and out for 4. Hands to your knees. Take a moment and allow your breath to come back to normal. Just be aware, feel what that feels like, see what that feels like in your body, the difference in the breath when you're just breathing normally. And let's just take a moment to get seated and set up in the chair. I'm noticing that my feet, I'm on my tippy toes, which means I need a little bit of a blanket down here to get even so that my knees are even with hips. So make sure your knees are even with your hips. You might need a blanket under your hips or under your feet. And let's start by expanding the body. So we're going to expand the body with yoga. I'm taking off my glasses because I can't see anyway. So hands down by your sides, palms facing up. Deep breath in, shoulders away from the ears as we expand and lengthen and allow our palms to kiss. Our gaze is straight ahead, but now allow yourself to just get taller and expand that rib cage, expand the spine. Find some space between each vertebrae. Deep breath in and exhale and let yourself just relax and let your body come back. Let's do that one again. Inhale. Get tall. Keep your shoulders away from your ears. So allow your shoulders to come down, but allow your torso to rise, your spine to get tall. And release. Hands on your thighs, legs come out so that they're not as in a 90-degree angle, and you slide your hands down your legs. We're bending at the hip crease. That's where your thigh bone meets your pelvis right there, and bend here. We don't want to round the back. So if this is as far as you can go and you could just go a little bit, that's fine. If you can come down, allow your stomach to rest on your legs, even better. It's the morning. I'm not warmed up yet. We'll be warmed up pretty soon. And your neck is straight. Your head is not looking up. Don't try to look at the screen. You just want a nice long straight line from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Come back up. Hands hold the chair behind you on the seat. And we just lean back. So get tall, breathe in, get tall, and then just lean back in a straight line. So you need to bend your elbows so that your shoulders are not up by your ears. And this is a back bend. You can look up a little bit and almost not without arching the back, just make sure your shoulders are expanded so that your heart is open, your shoulders are wide, and you're leaning back. Come back to center. Your right hand's holding the side of the chair by the hip. Your left hand comes up overhead. Get tall on the inhale. So inhale, get tall. Exhale, lean to the right. So you're expanding the left rib cage and contracting the right rib cage. Deep breath in and exhale. And see if you can go a little bit further by relaxing into it. Left hand comes to the side. We're just going to switch sides. Inhale, bring that right hand, right arm up overhead. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, relax into it. So this time the expansion is on the right side of the body. Inhale, and as you exhale, so you can go a little bit further on a side bend. Come back to center. This time, take the right hand, hold the back of the chair. We're already twisted as we do that, but before you take it all the way, get tall on the inhale. Your left hand's over on the outside of the right leg. Turn as you exhale to do a twist. We're staying here, and as you inhale, get tall. And as you exhale, see if you can relax and go a little bit further. You're releasing the baggage as we exhale. This is all the expansion of the body. Inhale, get tall. Exhale, see if you can take it even a little further. I love to say that yoga is the only practice, physical practice, that you twist in. Come back to center, slowly untwist. Cross your arms over your legs so that your right hand's on the outside of the left leg, and take the left hand and bring it behind you. So before you even take the twist, get tall and long on the inhale. Exhale it out and release into the twist. And your right side's going to be different than your left. With every inhale, get tall. And with every exhale, see if you can relax a little bit more into a twist. Come back to center. Let's just do a few torso circles. So again, we're going to try to do the movement with the breath. So we're going to inhale as we come over the front body and exhale as we lean back. Doesn't matter which direction you're going in, but just inhale over the front. Exhale when you lean back. Inhale over the front. And exhale. And when you do 3 and you get to the side, go in the opposite direction, but continue exhaling as you lean back and inhaling as you come over the front body. Okay. Hands up in front of us, palms, your fingers are outstretched, your palms are flat up against an imaginary wall in front of you for webs. Stretch those fingers out. Our fingers really need it as we're in front of computers and phones all day. Make webs. So bend the fingers at the knuckles. It's like you're clawing something, somebody, something. Somebody sounds horrible, that imagery. You're an animal that has claws. Beaks. First, let your thumbs do the movement, and then let your fingers, the rest of your fingers do the movement. Keep practicing that. Do that one more time with the thumbs are moving and then the fingers are moving. And pause. So fists as if you're pushing into a wall. And your arms are strong when we're doing this. They're not really relaxed. You're putting energy into the arms. Okay, hands on your side. If you have a strap or a belt or a scarf, we're gonna bring the right leg up, knee to chest, or as close as you can get. Foot is flexed. Take the strap, put it around the ball of the foot. Let's get that foot straight out in front of us. Your strap is being held by 2 hands, one on either side, and we're gonna point and flex. Whether you're wearing sneakers or you're barefoot, it doesn't matter. Just pointing and flexing. Bring the knee back up, release the strap, allow the leg to come down. Let's do it with the other leg. So left leg up, knee to chest, strap around the ball of the foot, and let's point and flex. Bring the foot back up, knee to chest, and the foot comes down. If you have a block or paper towels or a book, let's place it between the legs, right by the knees, not at the knees, but above the knees so that you can squeeze it. Squeeze that block with your feet flat on the floor, flat on the floor. Squeeze, release. Squeeze again. And release. Release the pressure, not the foot, not the block. Squeeze it again. When you're squeezing it, lift the right leg up. No strap. It's your own body pulling the leg up, and then point and flex while you're squeezing the block. Point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. Bring the foot down, release the squeeze on the block. Squeeze it again. And this time, lift up the left foot and point and flex, point and flex, point and flex. Let the foot come down, squeeze the block, hold it, keep squeezing, squeeze the block, and release the squeeze, release the block. Leave it handy though. Hands on your knees. We're going to do a little bit of cat and cow to sort of warm up the spine. So you're going to take the belly button and suck it in, let it meet the back body. Bring it in, tuck your chin to your chest for cat. Your hands are on your knees. As we move towards cow, so you're exhaling here. As you inhale, you're expanding the belly and bringing that belly button, the navel forward towards the knees, and your head comes up. You're looking sort of at the ceiling for cow. So there's a little bit of you're rounding the back in both directions, and go back and forth. So you exhale as the navel goes towards the spine and you're in cat. And when you come to cow, you inhale. And let's do a few rounds of this. And come back to neutral so that your rib cage is over your hips, your shoulders are over your rib cage, your head is smack on straight. Take a deep breath in, and here we go with our theme of expansion. So I'm removing the blanket, but I want you to take your legs out to either side. Your legs are bent. Actually, I want you to take your legs and bring them out just a little bit so they're beyond the bend. It's not a 90-degree angle, but it's not straight either. And I want your arms up. We're in starfish. Your head is on straight. It's a straight line from the crown of your head down to your tailbone, so your spine is long. And talk about expansion. We are expanding our body and taking up a lot of space here for starfish. I hope we all get to see a starfish this summer, somewhere on a beach. Hold that. We're holding the expansion. Put energy into the arms, make those arms straight and long, let those fingers be wide. Bring your hands down. Keep your legs out. You can bend them so that are a 90-degree angle. And this time, hands on knees. I want you to get tall on the inhale. So inhale, get tall, gain a half an inch, not the shoulder, keep the shoulders away from the ears. Make sure they're away from your ears. Lean forward with a flat back. We're doing a forward bend in a wide-legged forward bend. So you're bending at the hip crease and you're allowing yourself to come down. Now, you might need a block here and they may be on the medium level. So blocks have 3 levels: high, medium, and low. You don't want to be high unless you're all the way up here, which is fine. But if you're where I am, even low, you just want to be as comfortable. We're in a forward bend here. So whatever level your block is at, remove one, bring the other one smack in the middle, place your left hand on the block, and your right hand could either be on your thigh with a bent elbow, which is actually a good place to be. I think that's safer. So let's expand our body from down here. So breathe in, get tall. So add some space between the vertebrae, and then bend, use your right hand against your left thigh to twist and look up at the ceiling. See if you can stack your shoulders one on top of the other for a twist here. And come back down so that your shoulders are even to the ground, and just switch hands. So your right hand is down on the block. Whoops, there goes an ear plug, your AirPod. Your left hand is on your left thigh, and you're going to first get long and tall, and then see if you can stack the shoulders so you're in a twist. And come back gently. And then come up into neutral. Bring the legs together. Just do a couple of sun salutations. Take a deep breath. Hands come up. Take a deep breath in. Hands come up, touch the sky, look up at your hands. Slight back bend if you'd like by using your upper back to lean back. And then exhale, let the hands come down onto the legs and slide down for a forward bend. Slide them up as you inhale, flat back for halfway. So you're still leaning forward, you're just halfway. Come back down. And this time we're going to come into plank. So you're going to come up, start out by coming to the balls of your feet, and your hands come up, webbed fingers. We're holding the wall in plank. These are all movements we did earlier in the warm-up. We're coming into down dog, which means we're sliding our hands a little bit up the wall. Our feet are flat, and we're going to put them out just a little bit so that we're not at a 90-degree angle. And as if we were tipped and on the floor, we would be in a V. That's down dog. Hold that for a couple of breaths. Breathe in, expand your lungs. Breathe out. One more time. In and out. We come back down to a forward bend, so our hands come onto our knees, and we slide down, bending at the hip crease. We inhale, come up halfway. Exhale, come back down. As we're down here, slide the legs so that they're at a 90-degree angle under with ankles under the knees. And inhale as we bring our arms up, palms kiss and touch the sky. Look up at your hands. Exhale, allow the hands to come down on either side. Can do one more a little faster. So inhale, hands come up, touch the sky. Exhale, allow your hands to come down onto your legs, slide the legs out. We're in forward bend, so we're sliding down the legs. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, back down. Come up onto the balls of the feet. Hands come up, webbed. We're in plank. Slide the legs, Plant the soles of the feet flat on the floor. Hands come up, lean forward. We're in a V for down dog. Breathe. Hands onto our legs. Bring the ankles under the knees. Come down into a forward bend. Inhale halfway. Exhale back down. Inhale as we lift our arms, touch the sky. Exhale, hands back down by our side. I want to do something about going through. I want to take us out of the chair a couple of times today. I know I normally only do it at the end of our flow, but I want to start at the beginning of the flow today. So there are two things I want to do outside of the chair. So let's come up. Plant your feet. So find a spot so that your right hand touches the back of the chair. Plant your feet. So I want you to lift your toes up at the ball of the foot, all the toes up, spread them wide, and then plant them down. I want you to lean forward. If you don't have to hold on, great. Lean forward onto your feet and feel what it feels like to be on the balls of the foot. The ball of the foot. Balls. I guess there's 2 feet. Sounded funny. Come back and lean and come back onto the heels. Move so that you're on the left side of the right foot and the inside of the left foot, but you're leaning to the right. And come and lean to the left, so you're on the other side. So we've just did sort of a circle around all the parts of the foot. So circle around right now. Just do a little bit of circling and then find the center of the foot so that you can feel all 4 parts of the foot. When you're centered on your feet, you can feel your knees over the ankles, hips over the knees, rib cage over the hips. You're in perfect alignment if you can feel all 4 parts of the foot planted into the earth. Your hands are by your side, palms face out. Your head is on straight, your gaze is straight ahead, a very soft gaze. Find a spot on the wall. This pose is called Tadasana or mountain pose. And people just think you're standing, but truthfully, you are so aligned. This is a strong pose if you put energy into it. I love imagining bolts of lightning coming from our body. So imagine energy coming up the arms, across the expanded chest, down the other arm. Your lightning bolts are coming up the legs. Your kneecaps are lifted. This is a strong pose, and this is how we start our flow if we were on a mat. So the other pose, and you can just relax for a second. So you're still standing in the same part, but you let those lines of lightning just evaporate and allow yourself to melt. So I just wanted to do warrior pose outside of the chair. So take your chair. I'm going to do it on the side so you can see. We've been doing this long enough, so I want to just show you what it feels like to be out of the chair. And we'll do it in the chair, the flow, but I just wanted to do this one pose. So let's take our right foot and step it so that, well, you're going to take your arm, hold on to the back of the chair, bend your right leg, take the left leg back. Let's see if you can see my feet. My left foot, the toes are facing straight ahead, and it would be as if the heel of my right foot went into the arch of the left. So it's perpendicular to each other. Take that back foot as far back as you can. And I want you to first to get your torso. So you might need to be closer. You want your torso to be in the center. Your hips are facing the same way the back toes are facing. So they're facing the front for me. And I want you to bend the front leg by holding on. I don't want you to lose your balance. You're going to hold on here, allow your back arm to come in the back, and you're in warrior 2. Your gaze is over those front fingers, but you're holding on to the chair. I'm moving my entire carpet right now. It's moving. That's not good. But anyway, this is warrior 2, what it feels like outside of the chair. It's in the legs. The torso is facing that front hand or your chest. Your front body is facing where the toes are facing, but your gaze is over that front finger. So it's not your torso. Everything's facing where your hips are facing. Your pelvis is open, your hips are open. So let's come back. If you were in Warrior One, your feet would be in a different position. Your front leg is still toes pointed ahead. Your back foot is at a 90-degree angle. So it's not perpendicular, it's a closed hip. So the hips are facing forward. So just feel what that feels like, the difference. And then turn the back foot so that it's facing and you can open the hips. I just wanted to show you that. So let's come back to the chair and maybe that will help as we do our warrior flow. So come to the edge of the seat. Let's turn to the right side first. Allow your left hip to drop sort of off the chair. Our left foot, we're going to do Warrior One first. So you can't see my foot, I can see it on the screen. You're going to bring that left back foot into a 90-degree angle. It's not facing the front of the room yet. It will when we open up to Warrior Two, just like I showed you, so that the hips are facing the knee. When you turn that foot, your hips are then open. So 90 degrees, hips facing that front leg, arms come up, or hold the right arm onto the back of the chair. Left arm comes up, or half prayer. Warrior One. Take a deep breath. You could probably see the carpet all bunched up over here. So while you're holding that, I'm just gonna come here and fix that. Okay, much better. Now, here's where we're going to open up the hips. First, take that back foot and turn it so the toes are pointed straight ahead. Your hip just opened. Take the left hand, circle it back behind you. Right arm comes out in front. Your body's facing those toes. Your knee is going to try to collapse and come in. Keep that knee out to its side. That's its job, to stay out there. Hands are out so that the front arm is over that knee and your gaze is over the front fingers. Into the future. Backhand the past. You are in the present, planted solidly in the center, just like we were in mountain pose when we found the center of the foot. Now, allow that backhand to slide down the leg. Right hand comes over. We lean into side stretch into peaceful warrior. Keep that right knee where it belongs. Allow the right arm to be placed on the thigh and left arm comes overhead for side angle. Come back to Warrior Two. So just your torso is wide open, hands on either side, gaze is up at the front. Take that front knee and allow it to straighten out just a little bit and then tip down. So you're in triangle. You might want to take your block at the high level and let it come like this. Your gaze is up at your fingers. You can say hi to yourself. And come back to Warrior Two. So bend that front leg at a 90-degree angle again. Hands on your thighs. Bring your hips around. We're in wide angle pose. And we already did a twist earlier in wide angle. So this time I just want you to bring goddess arms out. So it's almost like starfish, right? Except that everything's bent. And this lets your shoulders go down your back. Feel what it feels like. Relax your arms. Your shoulders are loose. And then bring the arms up into goddess. It's almost like it's an expansion of the chest automatically. Goddess pose. Take the pose to the right for a slight twist. Come center and come to the left. Come center. Hands on your legs, slide the legs together, and let's go to the other side. So come to the left. Bring your left ankle so it's under the knee, 90-degree angle. Allow that right hip to sort of almost hang off the chair a little bit. First, your feet are out in a 90-degree angle, not 180. It's not facing the front of the room. It's sort of facing the front. So your hips are still facing over that front knee in that same direction. Hand to the back of the chair, and you can either half prayer. You can put both hands up into warrior one. If that works for you, take a deep breath. And here we go into warrior two. So the first thing that happens is those toes are going to face the front of the room. So they're at a 180-degree angle, just like we were when we stood holding the chair. I don't even remember if we switched feet. We may have to do that just to even up. The right hand switches back to the back, left hand comes forward. Your torso is facing where those back toes are facing, and your gaze is over the front fingers. Deep breath in, warrior two. Keep that knee where it belongs, over the ankle. Allow the right hand to slide down the leg. The left arm comes over for peaceful warrior. Bring the left arm onto the thigh, hand overhead for side angle pose. You do not want to be facing down to the leg. This is an expansion of the chest. So make sure your torso is facing the front of the room where those toes are pointed. Keep your chest wide as we do this. Let that front leg slide a little bit. You might need a block. We're going to come into triangle. Gaze is up at your fingers. Say hello to yourself. Come back. Warrior two. Hands on either side. Bring yourself back to the center. Bring your legs together. Right hand comes out in front of us. Left hand comes on top. Let's do a little goddess. Twist those arms. Get the elbows high. Then take your right leg and cross it over the left and see if you can twist that ankle behind the other ankle and then bend forward for eagle. This is sort of the opposite of expansion. We're sort of making ourselves a little small here, right? Come back to center. Uncross the legs, uncross the arms. Bring the left arm out in front of you and cross the right on top of the left. It's going to feel different. Bring the elbows up this time. Take the left leg over the right. See if you can put those ankles, intertwine them one behind the other. Lean forward, eagle on this side. Keep those elbows up, shoulder height. Deep breath. Come back, uncurl the legs, uncurl the arms. Let's take the right knee up to the chest. Take the right foot in your left hand and bring the ankle over the left thigh. Allow your forearm to be on the knee, holding the foot still with your right hand. You're holding your right foot as you lean forward at the hip crease for pigeon. This is a hip expansion. This is all about stretching the hips. Now, we don't want to round it back here. So come back to center again with your legs not moving, but just your torso, and inhale and get tall, and then lean forward on the exhale. And breathe into this. See if you can bring that knee down. See if you can get a little bit more expansion in the hip without pain. This is about the edge of challenge, but no pain. One thing yoga does is it definitely gives you more flexibility in your hips. Okay, come back to center. Hug the left leg into the chest. Take the left foot in your right hand and place the ankle over the right thigh. Forearm on the knee. Get tall first. So inhale, allow your torso to get tall. Lean forward and see about putting some expansion into this hip, the left hip. You're going to feel a difference. A couple of years ago, I could not sit cross-legged on the floor. My knees were sort of up, almost all the way up. They just wouldn't go down. And then, enough yoga and flexibility of the hip, and you find more movement and more expansion. Okay, come back to center. And let's come out of the chair for tree. But before we do tree, we didn't do warrior two on this side. And I believe we have to even out the body. So I think we used the right foot in front. So now we're going to use the left. So bend the left foot, holding the chair. Take the right foot back behind you, and the foot is at a perpendicular. So if the heel of the front foot came back and met the back foot, it would be in the arch. Your torso, so your hips are open, there's expansion here. Your torso is facing the front of the room. It's in the center of your body. It's not leaning forward. Your arm is holding out. Your back arm comes back behind you. Your gaze comes up in front of you. Now, if you can lift off the chair, even better, but we're in warrior two out of the chair. If you want to hold on, that's fine. You can bend down lower. You just don't want the knee to go past the ankle. Hold that, picture that lightning bolt of energy in your chest, across your hands, fingertip to fingertip, and it's the expansion of the chest. Come back, straighten that front leg, bring your legs together, hold on to the side of the chair. So if you're like me, you have the left hand on the chair. Again, spread the toes. We want to find the center of the foot as we did earlier in mountain pose. This time, find the center of the foot and then shift your weight without shifting the hip out, without jutting the hip out. Shift your weight. I'm wearing very baggy pants, so you can't really see. Shift your weight onto the left side, the left leg. Allow the right leg to come up onto the ball of the foot. See if you can almost take all of the pressure off that foot and bring it to the inside of the calf with the knee facing out to its own side without jutting out the left hip. Your hands could be in prayer. One hand could be on the chair. The right hand could be in prayer. If you have the balance, you can allow your tree limbs to wave in the wind. You can put your hands behind you. You can come into goddess arms, or you could just put your hands in prayer. Hold on, this is really great balance. And slowly allow that knee to come forward and allow that foot to come and plant itself down next to the other one. And for a moment, just feel what it feels like for both feet to be even. Come to the other side of the chair. And again, you might want to just pedal your feet and then plant your feet down, spread the toes, find the center of the foot. You might want to take it around the world of your feet, like lean forward, so the ball of the foot, back on the heel and on either side, so that you can really find that center, especially of the right foot. As we shift the weight to the right side, bring that left foot up to the ball of the foot without jutting the right hip out. Turn the right foot to the side, bring it up the calf. If you can bring it up to the thigh. I love how I can only do this side on the thigh. Hands to heart center, oops, or not. You can allow your tree limbs to wave in the wind. Goddess arms, hands to heart center for tree on this side. Thing about balance is, as we get older, this could just save you when you're falling. It may stop you from falling. This is important to do. I like to say that when you're brushing your teeth in the morning, stand on one leg, and in the evening, stand on the other. I used to say night on the right. So I remembered. I should go back to doing that too. And come back to center, pedal the feet. See if you can get both of those feet to feel the same. Spread the toes. Find the center of your foot. Deep breath in. Expand the chest. Let the chest come out. The chest will automatically get wide and expand as you turn the palms face forward. Come to the chair. Let me grab a pillow. Hope you have a pillow. It's time for Shavasana. Come to the chair. Get comfortable. Make sure that there's room behind you to lean back. Put that your ankles are under your knees. Your hands are rested on the pillow. Pillow acts as sort of like a weighted blanket, just like a security thing. Lean back so that your back's against the chair. Palms can be face up. Eyes can gently close, or you can just find a spot so that you can have a soft gaze. You can allow your hands to cup each other, thumbs touch, which is a mudra. And we'll go into Shavasana for a few minutes. While we're here, I want you to just scan the body and see if you could release some tension someplace in the body. We'll start with our feet. Feel how they touch the earth, whether they're in sneakers or barefoot. You're either touching the inside bottom of your shoe or the floor, but feel where they meet the floor. They do so much work for us every minute of every day as we walk around. Send some gratitude to those feet. And then work your way up your shin. Focus on your calf. Work your way up to the knees. The knees also do so much work for us. If there's any tension there, see if you can release it. Work your way to the thighs. They might be gripping the back of the chair. Try to relieve some tension there and just throw some relaxation. Mentally, just allow your thighs to melt into the chair. The same with the hips and your sit bones that are on the chair. See if you can just allow those muscles to melt and relax. Deep breath, feel your belly expand. Feel it contract as you exhale. And then bring your attention to your ribs, especially the back ribs and the spine that might be leaning on the back of the chair. If there's any tension there, release it. Deep breath. As you exhale, work your way to your chest, your shoulders, your arms, your neck, the jaw, behind the eyes, and then lastly, the crown of the head. And with every breath, breathe in, new, breathe out, baggage. As you breathe in, you're expanding. Every time you let out your exhale, you're letting go. Start wiggling your fingers, wiggling your toes. As we bring our awareness back to the room, you can remove the pillow. Bring your rib cage so that it's back aligned over your hips and your shoulders over the rib cage. Hands come to heart center. Namaste.